And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Denison Softball Field here on the campus of Denison University. Curt Ashcraft alongside assistant baseball coach Ryne Romick. And Coach, as we've talked about in the pregame, a lot has been going on the last week with things we've heard on the news and with the NCAA coming down and canceling spring championships, winter championships, and everything that has come into all of that. This is the time for everyone to step back and just take a little bit of time to be entertained, watch a little softball, and take your mind away from what else is going on. Because I know if you're anything like me, you've been thinking a lot about that. Your mind's been on that. What's this mean for us and everybody else? And this is the time to put that aside for the next couple of hours and enjoy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the shocking thing is just how quick all of this has happened.
Yes.
You know, it really unfolded in really like a 48-hour period for our programs, at least.
Sure.
You know, we were prepared. Softball was prepared to go to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
We were prepared to go to Florida. And in a matter of 48 hours, it went from us prepping for those trips to then canceling those trips, and then like 2 hours. It was like 2 hours later, something else coming. 2 hours later, something else coming. And then it went from that to, in a 48-hour period, this will be your last game this weekend. So I think at this point it's still a little bit of shock where some people are still kind of going through the process of figuring out what the heck does this mean? You know, is this it? Is this over? And that sort of stuff. So it's very, very tough.
Absolutely, and you know, while all that is the case, you know, we're gonna hold our attention to the game, ladies and
100%.
gentlemen. We're gonna have some fun with this. Around the field for the Big Red's gonna go as follows: behind the plate, Lindsay Clemson; at first, Sarah Hamre; at second, Sam Klein; at third, Emily Fisher; at short, Maggie Valentine; in left, Abby Stallcup; in center will be Claire Powell, and in right will be Gabby Dufresne. And in the circle for the Big Red is going to be number 6, Taryn Welsh. And Taryn, like we said in the pregame for her senior day information, has put together quite a career here with the Big Red. Missed her sophomore season due to a preseason injury, but has really had a great junior campaign where she was named second team all NCAC, and then in 2 starts and 2 complete games this season, she's pitched 13 innings and has totaled 10 strikeouts for the Big Red. Her first batter is going to be Christiana Boggs, and on a 1-1 count, she's going to a little pop-up near third, but Valentine will come over from short, bring it down for out number 1 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Boggs came out swinging right there, hacking at the first pitch of the ball game. It's always nerve-wracking for a pitcher. You're just trying to get one over the dish and get the game moving a little bit.
And that brings up Carson Schaefer. Swung on and right back up the middle, over the head of Welch and the second base bag into center. And that'll be a 1-out single for Carson Schaefer.
Muskie's coming out aggressive again, first pitch hacking, and get a base runner aboard.
That's one of those things, especially the Muskingum softball team, one of the more nationally recognized programs here in the country, and you know, you have a game like this to end your season in a way, and it's really going to be one of those very as competitive as you want to get.
Absolutely.
Because 2 very good programs coming together for this one right here.
Yeah, my sister played at Marietta College, so I've seen plenty of Muskie softball games with her duking it out with them when she was in school.
And that brings up Riley Powers, first baseman. Pitch missing outside to Clemson. Clemson pickoff attempt throw over at first, not in time. Now a 2-0 count on Powers. Welch gets her pitch, the 2-0. That's going to also miss outside, 3-0 on Powers.
2-1. He called it.
Got that one.
Oh, he did. Okay. That'll be
a little delayed.
Be 2-1. Welch comes set, the delivery, missing outside, and a throw to second is not in time. Stolen base will go down for Carson Schaefer, and that will be a 3-1 count on Powers.
If you're not getting that low pitch, it's going to be a tough day to pitch, so you're going to need that one.
On the season for Powers, this is her 4th start of the year, hitting .667 for the Muskies. In 9 at-bats, she has 6 hits, 2 runs scored, and 6 runs batted in. The pitch, Swung on, fouled back behind the plate. We got a full count on Powers.
Got it on my hands there a little bit. It's a good pitch.
And for a player who leads the team and runs batted in with a runner in scoring position, this is a big opportunity for Powers.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll nibble a little bit here, 3-2, and not go right out of the base open.
Welch comes set. The payoff pitch. Swung on, grounded right back to Welch. The throw to
pitch.
first in time. 2 down. Schaefer will advance to third. And the 1-3 will go 2 down here in the top of the first. And that brings up the designated player in Haley Hawk. Last year, the Muskies made a trip to Granville for a doubleheader with the Big Red, and Hawk put on quite the show. I know she had at least 1 home run last year, as she's shown a lot of power in her time with the Muskies. Grounder up, back up the middle, past a diving Valentine. That'll score a run for an RBI single. And just like that, Muskingum on top, 1-0.
Tough break there. You get a little seeing eye single. She got that off the end of the bat, and Valentine just couldn't reach it. Laid out. No good effort.
No, it was a great, absolutely great effort. Really all you could ask for at that point out of Valentine if you're Coach Osmond. So 2 down, runner at first, 1-0 your score in favor of Muskingum. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here on the Denison Sports Network. Curt Ashcraft alongside Ryne Romick. Ryan, really appreciate you joining us here today.
Absolutely.
Was lucky enough to have assistant men's lacrosse coach Adam Stewart up in the booth with me for your game yesterday, so appreciate you being here today.
Yeah, it was a little all hands on deck here on campus with students leaving, and glad to help out.
Well, we have been very, very thankful for all the staff volunteer help that we have had around here the last couple of days. 2-1 the count on Jalen Mead at third today.
And just like every other coach, right? Your baseball coach, softball coach, whatever, you always kind of want to see it from this side anyway. That's a rare opportunity. Usually we're playing when they're playing. So.
And that pitch going to paint the outside corner for strike 2. Evens the count out now at 2-2 on Mead. Reiniger on deck and Bailey Wakis in the hole. That pitch will miss outside, make it full on Mead, 3-2.
These early innings in these games with this, where you know it's your last game, you just kind of got to get over the nerves and get in the dugout here. So find a way to get in the dugout, and you got to settle into the game a little bit.
The payoff pitch from Welsh. Swung on, high fly ball in the infield. Valentine underneath it makes the grab for the third and final out of the inning. Well, that'll send us to the bottom of the first. Muskingum put a run on the board, 1-0 your score in favor of the Muskies over the Big Red. We'll be right back here on the Denison Sports Network. Bottom of the first, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Denison Softball Field here on the campus of Denison University. Curt Ashcraft alongside Ryne Romick here for what is the end of the closing contest weekend here in Granville. First, we're going to go around the field for Muskingum. Behind the plate will be Kacie Reiniger. At first is Riley Powers. Second, Carson Schaefer. Third, Jalen Mead. At short is Claire Warschauer. In left is Bailey Wakis. In center, Christiana Boggs. And in right is Jennifer Schrader. In the circle is Hannah Duff. On the season, Duff holds a 3.38 ERA. In 39 1/3 innings pitched, she has totaled 23 strikeouts. Her first batter will be leadoff hitter for the Big Red, and Claire Powell. 1-1 count right now on Powell. The sophomore for the Big Red. Center fielder. The pitch. Pitch will miss outside. 2-0. 2-1, pardon me. Powell, the sophomore from Richmond, Virginia, swung on. A light looper into shallow left center. That'll drop. And a leadoff single will go down for Claire Powell. You know, and a player in Claire Powell who opened her career last year at Pomona Pitzer, in her first at bat, had a solo home run over the right field wall down in California. It was a great way to start your career, and she's really just built off of that ever since.
Great start to this season as well. You know, hitting over 400, a few triples on the season.
That brings up Maggie Valentine. Maggie, one of the few freshmen for the Big Red that have been getting a lot of playing time so far this season. Freshman infielder out of Crown Point, Indiana. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 0-2 the count on Valentine. So far in 2020, Valentine has recorded 4 hits, a double, and a run batted in. Also been hit by a pitch twice. Swung on, back up the middle. That's going to go right to the center fielder in Boggs. Relay to first is going to be in time for the double play.
Great throw by Boggs. Great throw. Just a little unlucky there for Valentine.
Yeah,
the ball was hit on the screws, and the center fielder didn't have to move out of her tracks.
That is a tough spot to be in. Off the bat, it looked like it was either going to go. It was going to go shallow, and then it just kind of drifted into the glove of Boggs, and then at that point, Powell was just stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, she got a little extended there on her secondary and got hung out to dry.
So 2 down. That brings up Lindsay Clemson. As we talked about before, Lindsay Clemson has not only had a great career up to this point, but this season has really been something special for her to open up. First pitch strike coming from Hannah Duff. But Clemson hitting .462 through 8 games with 12 hits, 3 doubles, a home run, and 7 runs batted in.
Yeah, I think this team knew they were going to have some people step up, and she seemed to start the year off on a pretty good note of being one of those people that were going to pick up the pieces and move on and put them in a good situation to win some games.
1-1 count on Clemson. The pitch swung on, grounded toward third. Glove by Meade. The throw to first in time. And that's 3 up and 3 down. So we have played 1 here in Granville, ladies and gentlemen. Still 1-0 in favor of Muskingum. We'll be right back here on the Denison Sports Network. Top of the second, Welch back in the circle for the Big Red. She will be responsible for the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Muskies. Leading off will be the catcher, number 8, Kacie Reiniger. Reiniger is one of the 3 seniors for the Muskies. Catcher from Leavittsburg, Ohio. The pitch, that's going to miss a little low for ball 1. On the season, so far for Reiniger, she's been able to start 3 games so far this season. And this will be her 9th at bat of the year. 1-1 count on Reiniger. On deck, Bailey Wakis. In the hole, Jennifer Schrader. The pitch. Pitch outside, ball 2.
I've been impressed by Welch so far. She's making some good pitches. She's working the corners pretty well. She got kind of some tough luck singles there in the first inning after one hard hit ball. So
pitch swung on down the left field line. That'll go foul. Make it a 2-2 count. That's the one thing about Welch is that she usually stays around that strike zone, but usually on the corners. And we've seen her really paint that from her point of view, that left side corner quite often here early on. 2-2 on Reiniger.
Expect to go something soft away here.
The delivery. Pitch catch in the outside corner. You called that one, Coach Rome. Well done. 1 down here in the top of the second.
Yeah, just sped her up, got it in her hands once, and then she turned up the dial a little bit and turned one down the left field line foul, and you kind of know what's coming from there.
That'll bring up Bailey Wakis. First pitch is going to just miss inside for ball 1. Looks like that had some movement on the way in. Wakis, a junior from Columbus, Ohio, went to Whetstone High School. The pitch swung on.
It's trouble.
High fly ball to left, not too deep. Stall cup underneath it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
It's a little easier to catch out here today without the snow coming down in the middle of the game.
Yeah, that definitely made yesterday. It was definitely hard for me as a broadcaster trying to see where the ball was going. Yeah. But I can only imagine what it was like out there as a player.
It's not good when the umpire says, "Oh, I can't see anything back here in the second inning."
Oh, that brings up the right fielder, Jennifer Schrader. Schrader, one of the 3 seniors as well from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, Bishop Hartley High School. Just got a piece of it going foul. First base side evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Welch is going east and west pretty well right now. She's getting the inside corner pretty good on these right-handed hitters, and then she's just trying to finish soft away. And like I said, the first inning she did the same thing. She got a little cap shot that rolled up the middle past the shortstop, and but she's pitched it well so far.
First start of the season for Schrader. Got to give credit to both Coach Osmond and Coach Winters being able to get their seniors an opportunity to start in the last game of their careers. High fly ball, right field, Dufresne underneath it, makes the grab. 3 up, 3 down. And that was 3 quick outs for Welch, being able to strike out. Reiniger looking, fly out for Wake, gets to left, and fly out for Schrader to right. We'll be right back here in the bottom of the second as the Muskingum Muskies will head out to the field, and Duff back in the circle. We'll be right back. Bottom of the second, Emily Fisher, one of Denison's 5 seniors, will lead off the inning for the Big Red, the number 4 hitter for Coach Osmond's Big Red. Sarah Hamre on deck and Angel Ehrenschwender in the hole. Fisher, third baseman from Oregania, Ohio, swung on left field, and that's just a high looper right into the glove of Wakest for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, a few Adam balls for the Big Red so far, so let's see if they can find some luck here.
Really kind of seems like they've been hitting with the top part of that bat, and it's just been looping more toward that left field, left center part of the field. Brings up Sarah Hamre, swung on, and this one's going to go into the gap in left center, but that'll be a one-out single for Hamre.
Yeah, I think she may be throwing a rise ball. I'm not a softball expert, but we've been haven't hit anything on the ground and got a few fly balls. And
very true.
Got a couple of those that stayed down the zone a little bit, but
brings up Ehrenschwender, the designated player for the Big Red today. Senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Nice little curveball there.
The movement right now on these pitches from Duff is pretty fun to watch. Hamre at first. Ehrenschwender at the plate. The pitch swung on. Left field. This one's going to go back to the wall. Yes, it will. Hamre will turn from third and trying to head to home, and she will. Ehrenschwender caught off of second base. The run will score, but the throw from the shortstop in Warschauer to Schaefer at second base gets the tag. 2 down, but we got a tie game here.
Yeah, you just can't extend yourself there if you're Ehrenschwender when you come around second. There's no use to round the bag, not even a step. You know, the ball's right in front of you. Just got to stay put there. It was a really good ball she hit, but I got to stay put.
I'll bring up Gabby Dufresne. First pitch from Duff, missing outside, ball 1.
Good play by Warschauer. Got out in the gap and got her hands on it quickly from shortstop position.
The pitch also missing outside, ball 2. And that was really great awareness by not only the outfield and from Wakest to Warschauer to keep an eye on second, but just like that removes a runner in scoring position, and now it's just tied instead with a potential of Dufresne giving the Big Red the lead.
Yeah, they've kept some pressure on the Big Red. They've been on the barrel a lot, like we've said. So
the pitch, it's going to go right down Broadway for strike 1. 3-1 the count on Dufresne. A very patient hitter. Got a lot of playing time her freshman season. We saw her come into her own last year as well, and that'll be a 5-pitch walk to Gabby Dufresne, as she'll take her place at first with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. So now a runner at second, runner at first. 1-1 your score, and that brings up Taryn Welch.
She can help her own cause here.
That's exactly right. Gets a piece of that one going foul behind the plate.
How many bats she got, Curt? Do you know?
From my understanding,
Not many.
It's not many.
She wasn't passive. I'll give her that.
Yeah. The 0-1 swung on, looping ball into shallow center. Boggs will come underneath it, makes the grab for the third and final out. We've played 2. It's 1-1 your score between the Muskingum Muskies and your Denison Big Red. We'll be right back for the third inning here on the Denison Sports Network. And welcome back. Top of the third. Taryn Welsh back in the circle for the Big Red. She'll be responsible for the 9-1 and 2 batters for the Muskies. Leading things off, the shortstop, Claire Warshower. And that first pitch will be called strike. 0-1, the quick count. So 0-1 the count on Warshower. On deck, Christiana Boggs, and in the hole, Carson Schaefer. Swung on, foul ball on the first base side. It'll go out of play, makes it a 0-2 count now on Warshower. Warshower, a freshman from Warsaw, Ohio, went to Riverview High School. Freshman digs in at the plate with the 0-2 count. The delivery slows it down, but a little low for ball 1. On the season, Warshower hitting .294. She has started all 12 games so far this season for the Muskies. This will be a grounder towards short. Glove by Valentine. The throw to first in time. 1 down.
Nice job getting around that one. Hit her just to her right a little bit. She works around it, works through it. Makes a good strong throw to first.
That brings up the center fielder, Christiana Boggs. Boggs 0 for 1 so far today. Had a pop up to the shortstop in her first appearance. We'll see what the left-handed batter can do against Welsh.
She was super aggressive at first at bat.
Yes, she was. Lays out a bunt,
play.
and it is going to
Tough
stay
play.
fair. Throw to first from Clemson, not in time. Great job of Klein covering the bag, but Boggs showing off her wheels here in the top of the third, and she'll reach on that bunt single.
Yeah, just bunted that straight down and caught the plate and had a little side spin on it. It's kind of a tough play for a catcher to pick that thing up and have a good grip on it to make a throw.
So that'll bring up Carson Schaefer. Schaefer singled, stole a base, and scored a run in her first at bat. Throw to second is not in time. A nice throw from Clemson. Valentine trying to cover on the stolen base from Boggs. But Boggs evaded the tag, and she gets into second safely. Now a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Schaefer.
Yeah, Valentine got caught up just a little bit too far in front of the bag there, and Boggs wisely sliding to the backside.
Welch the 1-0. Swung on, grounded to the glove of Valentine. She was on the ground when she was trying to come up with it. Never made a full grab or got the full glove on the ball. So it's just going to be a single to the shortstop.
It looks like she was trying to shift a little late there into the hole and got caught with her feet out from underneath her a little bit. And it did a good job to keep that ball in the infield, though. That thing could very easily get into left field and score a run.
So with 1 out, that puts runners at first and second and brings up Riley Powers, the first baseman. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Powers 0 for 1 so far in this game. Grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat.
You can tell Boggs is making the defense a little uncomfortable out here right now.
That pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1.
Just trying to signal some pitches from second base as well. She's in the game.
Yeah, she definitely an all-around player. The pitch, that one will miss outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count on Powers.
Yeah, going to cause your catcher to set up pretty late. Sometimes that messes with the pitcher as well.
Welch the 2-1. Pitch just missing outside, 3-1. 2-1 the score. 1-1 the score. 3-1 the count. All tied up here in the top of the third between the Big Red and the Muskies. The delivery. Swung on. That one will drop into right center for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home will be Boggs. She's going to be safe. Trying to reach second and not in time is going to be Powers. The throw from Clemson at catcher to Valentine, that'll get the out on the advance to second. So 2 down, a runner at third, and a 2-1 game.
Clemson, so there's a really heads-up play there. The throw comes to the dish, and you want to try to keep a run from scoring, but she had no chance to tag her out, and she doesn't even try. She just turns around and takes her out at second base. That was a really heads-up play.
That'll bring up Haley Hawk, the runner on third. This is a prime opportunity for Hawk with the ability to bring runners in.
Yeah,
Had an RBI single her last time up.
Again, you wonder if you stay with your best pitch here and just try to nibble around and see what you can get. But they've come right at her twice.
0-2 the count on Hawk.
Some of these really good hitters that are seeing the ball really well, you got to get them out without throwing strikes. And sometimes that's tough to do, but you got to force them to be a little bit over-aggressive, especially in a run-scoring situation.
Schaefer at third. Here's the 0-2 from Welch. Swung on. High fly ball down the right field line. Dufresne underneath it into foul territory and makes the grab for the third and final out here in the top of the third. Well, that'll take us to the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 your score. Muskingum took the lead. Can the Big Red do the same? We'll be right back here on the Denison Sports Network. Well, the Muskies were able to put a run on the board in the top of the third. Can the Big Red do the same? They're down 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And it'll be Hannah Duff in the circle once again for Denison. And she'll be responsible for the 9-1-2 hitters. That leadoff hitter is Sam Klein. First pitch, she'll send that one out to center field. Boggs underneath it and makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
Again, that's just another great strike. We're on the barrel. We're on the barrel. Just going to find some holes here.
That brings up the center fielder, Claire Powell. Powell singled. She's 1 for 1 in the game, singled in her last appearance. And then she was thrown out at second.
At first on the
I'm sorry, yeah,
tag-up.
on the tag up. That's
Yep.
exactly right.
Yep.
Was making a good effort at it, but then just kind of got caught in that no man's land as we talked about. 1-1 the count on Powell. So far on the season, Claire Powell is hitting .444 for the Big Red. That number is risen since today.
And a good count to go here. Wouldn't mind seeing her 4th triple.
That's three triples entering today's game. High fly ball, right center. Boggs underneath it. The center fielder makes the grab. Out number 2. And that's back-to-back flyouts to the center fielder.
Maggie Valentine.
And that'll bring up Maggie Valentine. Valentine, ironically enough, 0 for 1 with the flyout to the center fielder in her last appearance. Here's the pitch from Duff. High fly ball out of play, first base side.
See, somebody's going to be upset about their father playing with you.
And 0-1 count on Valentine. Seen a lot of things to like out of Valentine so far in the early part of her career. As she continues to evolve with this program. The pitch missing outside, ball 1.
I hit one on the screws last at bat. She's been really active in the infield.
Yes, she has.
She's been really active. You love to see your middle infielder with a completely muddy jersey by the second or third inning.
The 1-1. Pitch missing high, ball 2.
There's that rise ball I think she's throwing a lot right now.
Yeah, she has been coming at that in a decent number of the at-bats so far today against the Big Red, and primarily with 2 strikes. We've seen that too. That one hits right down the middle, evens up the count at 2-2 with 2 down. Valentine digs back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded towards second. Glove by Schaefer. The throw to first in time. 3 up, 3 down. Well, the Big Red gave an effort at it, but still it's a 2-1 game in favor of the Muskingum Muskies. We've played 3. We'll be right back here on the Denison Sports Network. We have made it to the top of the 4th inning, ladies and gentlemen, and just like that, it's a 2-1 game. Taryn Welch back in the circle for the Big Red. She will take on the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Muskies, leading off Jalen Mead on deck, Kacie Reiniger, and in the hole, Bailey Wakus. Mead is 0 for 1 in her last appearance. She popped up to the shortstop in Valentine. We'll see what she can do here in her second at-bat of the day. She's made some nice plays over there at third. Gets a piece of that one. That will drop in left center for a base hit. And a leadoff single will go down for Jalen Mead here in the top of the 4th.
Stayed on a pretty slow breaking ball there. Just got the cap on it in the left field.
That brings up the catcher in Kacie Reiniger. 0 for 1, struck out looking in her last at-bat. Runner at first. Here's the pitch from Welch. Shows bunt. Ball goes down. Throw to first in time. Clemson throws to the second baseman in Klein, who was covering. And the ball actually rolled behind Clemson. Hamre came from first to make the play on it. So that'll go down as a sacrifice bunt, yes.
Little 2 to 3 put out there, but a little bit extracurricular.
Puts a runner at second now, 1 down. And that brings up Wakus
Make a play.
into
Yes,
right
sir.
center.
She didn't tag
Nice
up.
play from Powell. She will throw to Klein covering second base, and just like that, that'll go down as a double play. What a beauty. Powell with just sticking the glove out there, almost Sandlot style.
Great
and
play.
big grab, then the throw, just the awareness out of Powell to throw into second. Well done.
Yeah, the jump was fantastic. First step was really, really good, and cut that ball off him. That's an easy run-scoring double or triple there. Take one away.
And at this point, that is all you can do. That'll take us to the bottom of the 4th. Big Red still trying to chip into that Muskingum lead. Now 2-1 in favor of the Muskies. Bottom of the 4th, we'll be right back. Bottom of the 4th, 2-1 in favor of the Muskies over the Big Red. But the Big Red now with the bats at the plate. Leading off will be Lindsay Clemson. Dunn will have her hands full with a 3-4-5 of the Big Red. Clemson grounded out to the third baseman in her last appearance. That's going to be a high fly ball in foul territory. And she does make it. That's going to be Riley Powers. Puts her glove over what is the fence of the bullpen and brings that one in for the first out.
Big play. Stuck with it. Know you're going to hit the fence at some point. Really tough play there.
Brings up Emily Fisher. Fisher 0 for 1, flied out to left in her last appearance. Here's the delivery. Missing outside, ball 1. Fisher has put together a career to remember here with the Big Red. Just wherever Coach Osmond needed her, she would be able. She would cover it in the field, but also did some great work at the plate in her time here in Granville. 1-1 the count on Fisher. 1 down. 2-1 the score. Here's the pitch. Swung on, laced to left, right into the glove of Wakus. That's 2 down.
Yeah, tried to come in on there, and she pulled her hands in and drove one to left. But, again, Denison's been on the barrel pretty much all day. They've had one inning where they found some holes, and that's their run. So, needed a big energy play here at some point. And someone to put some heat out there and take an extra base, hustle double, something like that.
And that brings up Hamre. Hamre singled and scored a run in her first appearance. She's 1 for 1 today. First pitch missing low, ball 1. We've got a 1-0 count on Hamre. Here's the delivery. Pitch will miss in, actually catch the inside corner for strike 1. I always seem to be a second ahead of the call.
They should just let us call it from up here. We got a pretty good view.
The 1-1 from Dunn. High fly
Get down.
ball. That's going to drop as a base hit, the left field line. And now 2 for 2 on the day for Hamre, 2 singles.
Yeah, Duff started to come in a little bit more here in this last inning, and got in on Hamre there as well. But she had just enough strength to get out past the shortstop and third baseman.
That is the 4th hit that Duff has allowed today. That brings up Angel Ehrenschwender. RBI double in her last appearance.
Yeah, she scored Hamre from first last time, so she's going to take a ball to the wall again.
Send it to left center. Yeah, it was back to the wall, like you said. That pitch will miss outside. Throw over to first, not in time.
Reiniger with a nice little snap pick there.
2-0 count on Ehrenschwender. Comes set, the pitch. That pitch will miss inside.
It's a good job, Curt. Way to delay it.
I carried it out a little bit. 3-0 on Ehrenschwender. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the delivery. That pitch will go down Broadway, strike 1.
Duff's been in 2 3-0 counts, and she just climbs right back. She doesn't walk many people. She's not very erratic. She's been around the zone all day, so I think they're going to have to do it with the sticks. I'm not sure she's going to give them much.
Only 12 walks in over 40 innings pitched so far this season. That'll be a high fly ball to center. Boggs underneath it and makes the grab for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Well, the Big Red put a runner on, but we're unable to bring her in. That'll take us to the 5th. We have played 4. It is still 2-1 in favor of Muskingum over Denison. But we'll be right back here on the Denison Sports Network. Taryn Welsh back in the circle. It's the top of the 5th, and she's got the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Muskies. Leading off will be Jennifer Schrader. On deck is Claire Warschauer, and in the hole, Christiana Boggs. First pitch to Schrader. Pitch will miss outside. Ball 1. So far, Welsh today has really been as good as you can get. There have been some pitches that the Muskies have been able to put in the gaps and be able to bring runners in, but the fielding that she's been able to get from her, not only her infielder but her outfield as well, but she's also really painted the corners as well today.
Yeah, she's been good. I think she's mixing 3 or 4 pitches, and she's went in at times and sped hitters up, and she's kept them off balance with a really slow curveball, and then seems like a little, like in baseball you'd call it a slider. Just working the outside corner on righties. That's been effective. That pitch there. She's running away from right-handers. But yeah, the defense has been pretty solid. Especially Powell takes one away in the gap. And there's been a couple balls that made their way through the infield that were just some tough luck. But she's been very good, like getting another one-handed swing there.
On a 2-2 count, that swing went foul for Schrader. She's 0 for 1 today. Flight out to right in her last appearance. So we'll see what she can do here with a 2-2 count from Welsh. Top of the 5th, 2-1 your score. Welch comes set. The pitch. Swung on. Sent foul. First base side. We'll do it again at 2-2.
It's been a great approach to the plate right here. Just covering with 2 strikes, covering the outer half. Emergency hacked a couple balls into the dugout.
And Welch is still in a position where she can still try to use that outside part of the plate. Swung on, grounded toward third. Glove by Fisher. Throw to first in time. 1 down.
Yeah, Fisher hung with a tough hop right there. She got it stuck got a little bit of a tweener hop and hit her on the heel, popped up and hit her up on the shoulder, but she hung with it and made a good play.
That'll bring up the freshman Claire Warschauer. 0 for 1 so far today. Grounded out to Valentine, the shortstop, in her first appearance. Pitch going to miss outside. Ball 1.
Thought about bunt there. Thought about try to heat up Fisher after taking a tough chance at third.
Welch gets her sign from Clemson and comes set. The 1-0. Pitch will miss the outside corner for ball 2.
Kacie Clemson asking too. Where was that one at?
One down here in the top of the fifth. 2-1 your score in favor of Muskingum. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Welch. That pitch will hit the outside corner for strike one. As we've really seen, Welch has really stayed in that area, especially on right-handed batters.
Yeah, she's every once in a while she's like this pitch here. She comes in there. Again, she's executing that pitch.
Be a high fly ball still in play. Valentine underneath it will make the grab for 2 down.
It's so tough when a pitcher's pitching you soft away and they run one up and in on you. It's really tough to turn it around. And she's jammed 3 or 4 hitters now.
Especially when you've been going outside, and then you come back in, high and in.
Yep.
2 down brings up Christiana Boggs. First pitch high and inside for ball 1.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to keep Boggs off the bases. She was trouble when she got out there last time.
Bunt single for Boggs in the 3rd inning. She's 1 for 2 and also stole a base and scored a run. Swung on towards center, and a nice move from Powell to drift to her right to get a glove on that one for 3 up, 3 down, top of the 5th. And that'll take us to the home half of the inning. Big Red trying to chip into that 2-1 lead for the Muskies. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 5th, and it'll be Hannah Duff once again in the circle for the Muskies. She has really kind of tempered those Big Red bats so far through the first 4 innings, and will open things up with the 6, 7, and 8 for the Big Red.
Again on the screws.
Dufresne a liner to center, and Boggs underneath it for out number 1.
Yeah, it seems like she's tried to get the ball up in the zone and get us to pop out, but we've done a great job in keeping our hands above it and driving the ball in the outfield. But we've probably hit 6 line drives at their outfielders today, so a little bit of tough luck. It'll even itself out here at some point.
Welch digs in for her 2nd bat of the season. That pitch will hit the outside corner for strike 1. Welch made a couple of good hacks at it back in the 2nd. Looking to connect on one here in the bottom of the 5th. The delivery swung on, grounded foul, 3rd base line. That one would have just straightened up a little bit. Had a chance of squeaking over the bag.
Yeah, with this type of temperature, Coach Osborne is not going to take a chance on taking her hands out of her coat to try to field one of those either.
Welch digs in at the plate. The 0-2. Swung on, high fly ball, not deep. Making a play on his Warshower. She comes from short over to the left side of the infield, makes the grab, out number 2.
The second baseman, Samantha Klein.
And that brings up number 1, Sam Klein. Klein 0 for 1. Has really, starting last year, has become a mainstay at second and then at the plate, just getting on base. That's been a big thing for her game. She may not hold the most power in the world, but her ability to just hit it to the gaps, just drop in the outfield and get on base, and she's got wheels to be able to make it pay from there.
Yeah, just find a way to be a table setter for the boppers in the middle.
1-1 the count on Klein. 2 down. 2-1 the score in favor of the Muskies. The pitch missing high, ball 2. That's the thing for what is the last game of the season. This is turning out to be quite a doozy.
Yeah, very competitive, and it's fun to watch. The teams just compete at a really high level.
The pitch, that one will miss inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 the score in favor of Muskingum. The delivery swung on, foul out of play behind the netting here. That makes it a full count 3-2.
Still Klein.
Klein with a full count, digs back in. Big at bat right now. If Klein can get on, that takes you back to the top of the order with Powell. The pitch, and it will miss inside. And that will put Klein to first on a walk and send you back to the top of the order with Powell.
Powell got on one last time into the right center gap and just kind of hung up for her. So see if she can drive a ball here and let Klein run a little bit.
Powell 1 for 2. Definitely holds pop in her bat. Here's the pitch. That one will miss outside. Ball 1. It's one thing you got to give both pitchers, Duff and Welch, today. They have really just been on both sides of the plate, really tight. The pitch swung on, grounded foul, third base side, evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, tried a little half slap there down the third baseline. Nearly beat the third baseman.
2 down, runner at first. On deck is Maggie Valentine. In the hole, Lindsay Clemson. Duff gets her sign and comes set. The delivery missing outside. And a throw to first. Not in time. Klein looked to be off the bag just enough to entice Reiniger.
Yeah, Reiniger has no problems throwing the baseball. I've seen that today. From her knees, no less.
The 2-1. Swung on. Ball going opposite field toward left. Coming in on it is Wakis, and that'll be the third and final out of the inning. We have played 5. It's 2-1 your score in favor of Muskingum over Denison. And it will be Welch once again in the circle as we enter the 6th. We'll be right back here on DSN. We've made it to the 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Taryn Welch back in the circle for the Big Red. And she has really put together a nice game today. Only allowed 2 runs in 5 innings of work. She will be responsible for the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Muskingum here in the top of the 6th. First pitch to Schaefer will miss outside, ball 1.
Yeah, if you're Welch right now, you start to consider, if I can get through this part of the lineup here and probably provide a little bit of juice for my team in the dugout. If I can get through it, with a 1-2-3 inning, and gets a line shot to left.
That first pitch actually hit the corner for strike 1, and then Schaefer laced it opposite field to left. Stallcup was right there. Ball went right into her glove for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, if you can hang a 0 right here and get your team in the dugout quickly, maybe provide a little energy.
That brings up Riley Powers. The pitch, first pitch to Powers will miss outside, ball 1. Powers 1 for 2 today, singled and also grounded out to the pitcher. The delivery, swung on, foul back behind the plate, evens the count at 1-1. Powers, a junior from Mentor, Ohio, Mentor High School. Here's the 1-1 from Welch. Pitch will miss low, ball 2. Yeah, the position we're in, just, now only really 2 innings left, potentially more. But, you're seeing the spring season come to a close here very quickly, Coach Rom.
Yep, absolutely. It's like I said, it's bittersweet for sure. But this has been fantastic. Really competitive game.
2-2 count on Powers. The pitch missing high. Now a full count on the first baseman.
That's a tough spot right here for Welch. You got Powers and Hawk's been seeing the ball well as well. So, you got to make really quality pitches.
If you're Coach Osmond, you feel good if Welch can get out of this inning with the 2-3-4. There'll be a grounder from Powers to short. Glove by Valentine. The throw to first in time. 2 down.
Yeah, really gritty play there. Valentine knew she wasn't going to get a great hop, but just kept her body in front of it and knocks it down. Knows she has plenty of time with as hard as that ball was hit.
And that'll bring up Haley Hawk. Hawk 1 for 2 with an RBI single back in the first. And then fouled out in the third. Pitch will miss outside, ball 1.
Yeah, it's one of those ones with Powers at the plate. It's 3-2. You don't want to walk her, and you just start praying as a coach. Just hit it hard at somebody. Right. You know you're going to hit it hard.
That pitch will paint the outside corner for strike one. Once again, using that outside part of the plate on those right-handed hitters.
It'd be interesting to see if she tries to come in on her again at some point in this at-bat.
That pitch will miss for ball two. And one player I've been especially impressed with, not only for this season but for the future, is Maggie Valentine at short. She's made some really great plays.
Yep, like I said, she's been very active, and that's what you need in the middle. You need
Pitch.
someone who's active and bounces around, provides a little juice, and is a point guard to your defense out there. So she's been good. You can see her. She's talking to the outfielders. She's engaged in the process of the game, so it's fun to watch.
The pitch was fouled back behind the plate, kept it at 2-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Welsh. Will miss outside, full count.
I thought he was going to raise that right hand. Had it stuck in his pocket.
3-2 the count on Hawk. Hawk, a sophomore from Rockford, Ohio, Parkway High School. The pitch swung on, going opposite field to right field, almost like she did in her last at bat, but that one stayed in play. Fly out to Dufresne and right, and that'll be 3 up, 3 down. And nice work by Taryn Welch getting out of the top of the sixth with a dangerous 2-3-4 in the lineup that she had to get through.
Momentum swinger.
That'll take us to the bottom of the sixth, ladies and gentlemen. The Big Red Bats back at the plate. We'll be right back. 2-1 your score in favor of Muskingum. Bottom of the sixth. The 2-3-4 will be at the plate for the Big Red. Hannah Duff will have her hands full just like Taryn Welch did.
Maggie Valentine.
But that'll be the leadoff hitter for the Big Red, Maggie Valentine. 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a ground out so far in her home debut. Swung on, fouled back behind the plate. Strike one.
Yeah, it seems like she's seen the ball pretty well today. And hit a hard ground ball backside with 2 strikes, and first at bat was on a fastball and drove it to center field, right in the center fielder's tracks.
Swung on toward the left. That's going to drop. That's going to go down as a base hit in the left. Wakis eventually was able to reposition and get it up, but that's going to be a leadoff single for Valentine.
Yeah, I just kind of hooked it, and that ball was coming back to earth in a hurry and left and dropped in front of Wakis.
And that brings up the dangerous bat of Lindsay Clemson. Already on the season with 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. We'll see what she can do with a runner on. First pitch right down Broadway, strike one.
That's where you earn your meal money right here as a middle of the order person. Late in the game, you need a run. You got to turn an outfielder around here at some point.
The pitch, that pitch will miss outside. Ball one. Evens the count out at 1-1 on Clemson. So far on the day, Clemson is 0 for 2 with a ground out and also a fly out. The pitch swung on, grounded through the left side. That'll go into left field. And a single for Clemson will push Valentine to second. And just like that, runners on first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, a good situation for Fisher to handle the bat a little bit here. Let's see if they're going to move him over. In baseball, this is pretty much a no-doubter. First and second, nobody out. You're going to sack them over. But you can play a little bit differently in softball as well, so we'll see what they try to do. Maybe if they try to move Duff off the mound and make her field a bunt.
Well, if you're Coach Osmond right now with Fisher, in her last 2 at-bats, she's flied out to left and also lined out to left. So she's been bowling to that side of the field. Do you have her wait on the pitch and try to go oppo, or in this position, what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's for us. This is probably a no doubter. Wouldn't matter if it was All-American Will Christiana were bunting them. So, and that's Coach Deegan's a Coach Shalley guy from Marietta, and he tells a story about old Coach Shalley saying, "I don't care if it was Barry Bonds, you bunt." So just bunt when you're supposed to. But they're gonna make a switch on the mound here. It looks like
they're gonna go to Hannah Smith, sophomore from Cambridge, Ohio, Buckeye Trail High School. She'll be making an appearance. We'll get a little more information on her, and we'll be right back. Well, like we said before we went to a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, it is Hannah Smith who is entering the circle for the Muskies. And on the year, Smith has posted a 3.77 ERA, a record of 2-3 in 7 total appearances. This is in 7 total appearances, she has posted 2 complete game efforts for the Muskies and has totaled 20 strikeouts in 26 innings of work. Her first pitch to Fisher will go right down the middle of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, just having never seen her, the line looks like she gives up some hits, but she misses some bats as well. It's kind of, she's got some decent strikeout numbers.
The 0-1. Swung on, foul back behind the plate. Strike 2. And for a pitcher that just entered, now to have a quick 0-2 count on one of the better contact hitters for the Big Red, you got to feel good about yourself in that situation.
Yeah, tough. She comes in the game and rams strikes, and Fisher was ready. Fisher got the bat moving there, but 0-2 count. Got a battle.
The pitch. Swung on, high fly ball to left. Underneath it is Wakus. She'll make the grab. 1 down. And now runners caught but it looked like right now nobody's covering at first as Clemson had a decent sized lead off of there, but that'll be out number 1. So 3 outs today for Fisher, all to left field, and that brings up Sarah Hamre. 1 down, runners at first and second, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Pitch missing low. And a throw to second, trying to catch Valentine, who was just off the bag, but unable to make a tag. And it's a 1-0 count on Hamre.
Yeah, again, Reiniger's got no problem throwing the bases.
Here's the pitch. Swung on.
Gotta
left
go.
center. This one's going back to the wall. And Valentine will round third, and so will Clemson. Valentine scores. Clemson scores. And a 2 RBI double from Sarah Hamre on Senior Day gives the Big Red the 3-2 lead.
And she is seeing watermelons at the dish. That's her 3rd hit of the day. All 3 on the barrel. Turns the left fielder around again, and that left center gap's been good at Denison today.
It really has. We've seen a lot of balls go into that gap, and just like that, comes up in a big spot here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And just like that, 3-2 is your score with the Big Red now on top. 1 down, runner at second, Angel Ahrenswender at the plate. Swung on, high fly ball, still in play. Reiniger makes the grab to the right of the plate for the 2nd out of the inning. And that still leaves a runner at second and brings up Gabby Dufresne.
Gabby Dufresne.
Dufresne 0 for 1 with a walk and a line out so far today. So we'll see what the junior outfielder can do with a runner in scoring position. The delivery. Pitch missing outside. Ball 1.
Yeah, and this is where you got to match the aggressiveness of the pitcher. She came in throwing strikes, and Hamre matched it, and see if she can here early. She get the first pitch she can see available and get after it.
Pitch will miss again. That'll be ball 2. Bottom of the 6th, 3-2 is your score. Big Red now in front. Pitch will hit the inside corner for strike 1.
She's predominantly been pitching on this inner half of the plate to righties too, so she's gonna have to look to turn on something.
2 RBI double from Sarah Hamre. The pitch. That'll miss low, ball 3. On deck is Taryn Welch. In the hole, Sam Klein. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, grounded towards short. Gloved by Warschauer. The throw to first in time. A nice throw from Warschauer to Powers at first. And just like that, we have played 6, but the Big Red put the bats to work in the bottom of the inning and took the lead. 3-2 your score. And just like that, Muskingum is down to their 3 final outs of the game. We'll be right back here on DSN. Welch looking to close out the final start of her career. Top of the 7th, 3-2 the score in favor of the Big Red over the Muskies. She will be going against the 5, 6, and 7 hitters of Muskingum. Jalen Mead will lead it off. Kacie Reiniger on deck and Bailey Wakus in the hole. And in a game where she has just continued to battle against this very aggressive Muskie lineup, Welch now in a position to get the win today.
Yeah, she's done fantastic. She's battled and she's been in some tough spots and wiggled out of them, and defense has picked her up too at sometimes. So
Mead digs in, 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch from Welch, outside corner for strike 1.
As leadoff hitter is vitally important right now. You got to be aggressive and work ahead and find a way to get her out.
Welch, the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Now there's a little bit of swagger right now with Welch. She just feels confident at this point.
Yeah, her pace has been really good. She started to pick up the pace a little bit and move from hitter to hitter, pitch to pitch really quickly.
Swung on toward left field. Stallcup trying to get underneath it. It's going to go off the wall in left field. So that will send Mead to second.
She's out.
Now she's trying to get to third. The throw to third is going to be in time. The throw coming from Stallcup to Valentine to Welch, and it goes to Fisher at third to get the final out.
Yeah, just a straightaway double to left field, and you know, if you're the base runner, you can't risk that. You're already in scoring position with nobody out, and you're the tying run. But she sees the throw get away from Valentine at short that was out there for the cut, and you know, that's just being active. Welch is just in a position to make a play on the ball. She's in the middle of the field moving around and not, you know, sulking over the fact that she just got hit.
Yeah.
Which is what you need your pitcher to do. So she bounces around, finds the ball, and sends it to third, and we get a big out there.
The awareness that this team has just shown within that point in time, very, very important and very special to have in this part of the game. Top of the 7th in a big spot, and you stay engaged, and just like that you get an out. And that brings up Kacie Reiniger. 1-1 count on the catcher. So far on the day, she is 0 for 2.
Yeah, it's like I said, a tough pill for the Muskies there. You know, it's the old Cardinal rule. Obviously, you can't make the first or third out at third, but especially in that situation, right? You're in the 7th, you're down a run.
Right.
Leadoff hitter hits a double, just stay there.
2-1 the count with 1 down on Reiniger. The pitch, swung on, laced foul, third base side. Evens the count out at 2-2.
Left that off-speed pitch up and over the middle, and that's something that she's got to avoid doing here. You start getting a little bit fatigued. It's late in the game. You got to make your best pitches now. So,
if anything, after a moment like that, being able to chase down Mead at third, now it's a little bit of energy boost.
Absolutely.
The 2-2. Pitch missing outside. Full count now on Kacie Reiniger.
Yeah, Reiniger got her with the soft away early in the game. See if she goes back to that.
Welch, the payoff pitch. Swung on, foul, out of play.
Good.
Keeps it at 3-2.
Really good approach there. Covering the plate.
Reiniger digs back in. Full count. 1 down, 3-2 your score, top of the 7th inning. The delivery. Swung on, grounded foul.
It's the point in time if you got it in you. If you're Welch, you got to bust her up inside. You know, she's sitting back. She's just flipping the ball away, and get in there and tie her up if you have it in you.
And the Muskies know that they're down to two final outs. They're trying to stay alive at any count. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, high fly ball, not deep. Klein drifts back, makes the grab in shallow right for out number 2. And with 1 out remaining, that brings up Bailey Wakis. Wakis on the day 0 for 2 flyouts, 1 to left, 1 to center. Here's the pitch. Right down Broadway, strike 1. One thing you got to respect out of Welch is she's not afraid to attack the zone. We've seen that, especially this inning now, as she knows this could be it. The pitch, missing high, ball 1. Wakis digs in. Welch looks for her sign from Clemson and comes set. The 1-1. Pitch catching the outside corner, strike 2.
I think Clemson might have stole one there.
And has turned one of the best framing catchers I've seen in Division III softball. She has had a phenomenal career. Here's the 1-2. Pitch missing outside, now evens it up at 2-2. And just like that, Muskingum down to their final strike. Welch looking to garner the win on senior day. The pitch swung on and missed, and the win goes to the Big Red. And the embrace happening now out on the infield is pretty special. And you immediately see Welch just kind of break out into tears, and it's an emotional moment, Rome. And in a position that this has been, it has been really a long week for not only us at Denison, but for people all across the country working in higher education and working in collegiate athletics. It's been a long week, and the one thing I will say that I have continued to say about the folks here in Granville, the folks at Denison University, is the people that have stepped up to make moments like this happen for our teams, men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse, you guys at baseball and softball as well. Just, it may not be a lot. It may not be what you want, but it's something.
Yep.
And it's something to really embrace and be proud of.
Yeah, and that's, it's part of the reason why I came back here. It's just that the people are so good, and the community is so good. And it's just about taking care of one another, and then just trying to give a good memory for these young people. This is something that they're going to remember for a long time. And Welch gave her teammates something they can remember for a long time today. She pitched really well, and Hamre with a bunch of big knocks. So this was a really fun ball game. But like you said, the experience and the memory is really important for these kids.
I've seen Taryn Welch throw a lot of pitches here over the last couple of years, and to see the emotional toll that this has really taken on her, but to see the way she stepped up today and arguably pitched one of the best games I've ever seen her pitch.
Yeah.
And to come through in a moment like that when you have all the stress in the world on your shoulder of what's going on in the world, and with the end of your final year, just a testament to her. The way she stepped up, got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, and sometimes you mentioned this before, but sometimes this is the easiest place to be when stuff like this is going on, right? And this is your natural, this is your home, this is where you can kind of let go of everything, and you could tell she was really dialed in. She had a plan, she had an approach, she executed a ton. And that's what this comes down to, and she was just really good today. So she deserved it. She deserves a lot of credit for what she did, and may not have had the best start of the season she wanted, but today she made herself a really nice memory. She was really spectacular on the mound.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get off here today, again, I want to give a tip of the cap to everybody in the Denison Athletic Department, everything they have done to anybody that has stepped up to make this possible. I remember coming in Friday and getting the word from Craig what we got going on this weekend. We're going to potentially be holding a bunch of these games and contests in a period of 3 days, and it was like, all right, let's just do it. Let's make it happen. And to see the way that that you, Coach Rome, as well as Adam Stewart, everybody else, Jason Miller, Chris Kroom, Julian Corcoran, everybody that has stepped up within our department to make this job easier for Craig and I throughout this weekend. We just want to thank you from us, from the university, for everything that to make this possible. So thank you.
Yeah, no, this is the ability for my family and my friends to follow along on what we do on the baseball side of things, and then what you guys do in our sports information department is spectacular. It's really, really top notch, and you guys don't get a ton of credit at all. So I really do appreciate you guys. And I got the all hands on deck email, and I figured if I can do one little thing, and like I said before, this has been a blast for me, because normally the only time I get to commentate anything was when I was 15 playing PlayStation games. You get to commentate while you're playing them. But no, this is a blast. But you guys are absolutely phenomenal, and you work so hard, and you don't get a ton of credit. So you guys deserve everything that any type of accolades and credit you can get. You guys are great. So I appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you very much. We really do appreciate that. And one final nod goes out to our Director of Athletics, Dan Carter-Duport, as well as our President, Adam Weinberg, for making all this possible. Also to Head Coach Tiffany Osmond, as well as Mike Deegan and Amanda Daniels, and as well as Mike Caravana, just getting these opportunities for one last time. Well, for Ryne Romick, I'm Curt Ashcraft. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support, not only today and this weekend, but for all season. And all year. The 2019-2020 year has ended shortly, but we appreciate everything that you have done to make this possible for all of us. So for one last time, for Coach Rome, I'm Curt Ashcraft. Go Big Red.